And the topic that pains me the most, look, it's dark now. I've been sitting in this vacant parking lot. I love my office here. Good old 97 4Runner GB, the Gray Bear. We're still in the 21st century gripes here. So many fucking subjects, because there's a lot of bullshit in the 21st century. In the 2010s, Jesus H. Christ. You got to be an idiot. I mean, even if you're the biggest optimist on the planet, you got to admit that the 2010s are a fucking shit show. On so many levels. Just greed and just everything. Everything divided and cop shootings and oh god, it's just a mess, man. Because more people equals more problems. It's simple as that. Like I said, the opening 21st century gripe, population's the main thing. Suck industry. Being a musician and my biggest passion all my life, oh my god, has this industry gone to shit since the turn of the century. MTV, remember back in the day, they played awesome videos, even that show Remote Control, even Real World was a cool concept when it came out. Then it just got all shows and no music, and it's called MTV. That's cheesy enough right there in the music industry, and I'm not even going to go into it because that's so obviously cheesy and retarded. True talent, creativity, originality, it persisted most of the 20th century, even, you know, Mozart and all that shit back in the day. Now it's all overproduced and digital. Everything's cheated, compressed. I have a friend that works at a studio in LA. He says, dude, they edit vocals, they edit everything. Nothing's real anymore. And that's what I mean. I'm not impressed when people make albums in their basement with GarageBand or whatever, because it's just cutting and pasting and being a little creative in your head. Oh yeah, who gives a fuck? You know, like, that's why I loved analog reel to reel. You had to have your shit down, and art is supposed to be imperfect and human. Look at The Who. If it wasn't for Keith Moon, drumming would have been boring for who knows how many more years, you know, except jazz. Keith Moon said, fuck it, and still made the songs exciting. Otherwise, it would have been another Ringo Starr Beatles thing. And pop, you know, probably would have continued just being, you know, he fucking made it exciting. What's wrong with it? That's art. Pushing boundaries, making discomfort. Fuck, you know, now it's just all cheeseball perfection and produced in digital. Oh yeah, that's art, sure. Man, local. Okay. Being a local rock musician is the worst it's ever been. You know, DJs, tribute bands, you know, if you're in a hippie community, you can be a hippie mountain jam, do Buffett covers at, you know, mountain resorts. That'll always work. You know, classic rock 80s, fuck, whatever. But a true hardcore, progressive, outside the box rock musician is fucked locally. You spend so much more time now trying to pitch yourself than just doing your art. You know, like this social media site and mass texting that group and then, you know, there's so many more people and bands out and around and so many more subgenres. People don't know what to support. Should I go to that Metaltronica show or the jazzy fusion country jam? I don't know. You know, it's like there's too many options. That's the problem. I don't even know if people have factored that in much. Too many options, like George Carlin said, is unhealthy. It's too much. It's not just like, oh, they're metal, they're rock, they're 80s. You know, it's like there's so much shit. You know, different electronicas. It's exciting, but again, it's fucking the artists. The internet, everyone thinks that makes it easier. Oh, you can post your clips, you can advertise. It's like, no, but it's a clusterfuck. Everyone's looking at so much shit on the internet. You're going to get overlooked way more than back in the day when you just posted flyers on telephone poles. People saw that back in the day. They weren't looking at phones. They were looking around at life. And, oh, look at this band's playing. Primus meets John Tesh. That sounds intriguing. Let's go. That's all it took. Hand walking in a shitty demo to a venue. You meet them in person. Now you just email people. Here's our links. You know, and god damn it. It's so cheesy now. And no one supports, you know, I get why tributes work because people know what they're getting. Oh, Kiss tribute, Motley Crue tribute, you know, of course. But original music, you just win the people over that are there, you know, the 10 people, you know, and the bartenders maybe. And even they just want to go home. Waitresses and bartenders, they don't give a fuck about the music. Just the owner. How come you didn't bring in more people? You have 503 likes on your page. It's like, well, half of them live out of state. And the other half are unreliable and flaky or old and divorced and don't come out. What do you want us to do about it? They liked our page. I don't know what to fucking tell you, but that doesn't mean shit. So don't go by the likes. But it's funny how it does get you gigs, 500 or more. That's like the status quo now. Do you have 500 likes on your page? Yeah, and they're all gay. Uh-oh, now I said an offensive word. I don't care. Political correctness. Political correctitude is retarded. But yeah, you should be somewhat. Let's see. Yeah. Merchandise. I mean, shit, back in the day, you could actually sell t-shirts and a CD for $10, $15. Then you had to start dropping the prices because, the economy, about the turn of the century, then $10 t-shirts, $5 CDs. Then it started becoming the band would just fucking chuck CDs out in the crowd. Here you go. Just listen to our shit, and maybe give away a t-shirt, and then they lose more money because they're not getting paid by the venue hardly. And then the people just lose the CD in their car. I mean, now you just got to hand everyone a fucking flash drive, I guess. And then they plug it in. That's a wise idea. And everything just comes up on their computer that they need to know about you as an artist or a band. But, that costs a little bit. Probably not too much, but just the good old days, man. You had the merch girl and people were excited and you talk to you after the show. Now they're just texting and showing up late, leaving early, having smoke breaks, and no one's engaged, man. It's fucking sucks being out there being a rocker. You get no food. You're lucky if a venue gives you 2 free drinks. And of course, there's a limit. You can't get top shelf or good beer. It has to be light beer, American piss water, or a well shot or whatever. 2, not a burger or anything else either. We got to stop at Taco Bell on the way, and then deal with all our gear, and so you get nothing hardly out of it except the satisfaction of that 45 minutes on stage. And then you got to deal with everyone else's gear in the way, and you're not quite set up in time, and the sound guy's freaking out. Oh, God. The guest list, flake outs. Your own friends, too. They'll fucking, get me on the guest list, dude. $5 cover, I don't know. But they don't show, and you could have gotten someone else on the guest list. Or the worst is friends do this to you, or music fan supporters. Yeah, I went, they'll be posting on social media. I went to Fish 3 days in a row at Dick's Sporting Goods. And that's what, $100 a pop? But you couldn't support me in the last 12 gigs I did at $5 a pop. Yeah, go support the people that are already famous and you worship. I get it. I put some national bands over my own friends' bands if they're in town. It's going to happen, but all the time, like 12 times, 15 times I've invited you or retexted you about what's coming up and we're playing, I can get you on a guest list and you still haven't shown. Or you show late and miss the song that I made my band learn so you could hear it. And you said you were coming early and we played it early and then you did. It's like, fuck, musicians go through so much more bullshit than people know. It's 90% hell, 10% gratification. And then it's a 180 if you make it in the industry. If you're making a living at it, even on a shitty tour bus or sleeping on couches, but you're on tour and you're getting paid and you're paying bills, that is heaven. And it's not happening much anymore. A lot of people I know that have toured, I know a lot of musicians, and they said, dude, it's not fun. And, you're eating ketchup packets sometimes, even with a full-flown tour. It's like, Jesus Christ, what does it take? And then if you make it, you're getting millions and spoiled rotten. It's like, again, there's no gray area, like happy medium there, like the socialist, society kind of, like, let's make this a little more fair, but yeah, your local rock musician, you're pretty much fucked unless you're just doing it for the love and that's it. And, a lot of people do, but some people, have a goal and a mission and want to thrive at it. And, and they see how many rock stars are worshipped on TV by your same friends that call you a delusional dreamer and give it up. And you're like, fuck you. They got the lucky break. I'm going to continue so I can get my lucky break, maybe. But more and more population, more rules, more bullshit, more cheese. It's like, it's going to get harder and harder. So, might as well be a DJ or a tribute band. What are you going to do? Or just jam in your basement and empty dive bars for a living. Fucking A. It's too bad that computer nerds and YouTubers now are the new rock stars instead of like actual rockers. It's kind of, it just makes the 2010s a fucking cheesy shit show.